Hi, I'm Steve Arterburn. Welcome to our sixth study session of the 7-Minute Marriage Solution. And eventually we're going to get to those 7 minutes. But in the meantime, we're on the sixth thing that we could stop doing right now that would greatly improve our marriage. And number 6 is to stop tolerating compulsions and addictions in your spouse. Now, there's a wonderful proverb that really points to the hope if you have somebody in the relationship that is, their habits are so compulsive, they're out of control. It might be hoarding or something like that, or they're addicted to sex or alcohol, drugs, or something, food. It's Proverbs 10:10, and in that proverb it says that when you wink at wrong, you cause trouble. Now, that's just absolutely true. When you don't deal with the reality that's there, you become part of the problem, and you make the problem worse. The proverb goes on to say, but an open rebuke produces lasting peace. Now, what we're talking about here in stopping these compulsions and addictions is could be called an open rebuke that would help produce a lasting peace. You've probably heard it said before that some people think that God honors peacekeepers, so they just keep the peace for the family, for the children. But God doesn't honor peacekeepers, does He? He honors peacemakers. And sometimes you have to make a bold move. You have to challenge the status quo, and it's scary. But you could call it an open rebuke. You could call it an intervention. But whatever you call it, you must have this one standard in your life, that you will not enable evil to be in your home. And that evil can come in the form of abuse, abandonment, addiction, adultery. All sorts of things can be there that maybe you thought, or maybe someone even told you, just be patient, just pray, things will get better. Well, I think that if you do that, you're really you're winking at wrong, and you're causing greater difficulty. I've seen people who would say, my husband has been a sex addict for 20 years. And my immediate thought is, if he has been allowed to be a sex addict for that long, then you've probably trained him to be that sex addict. You've let him know in certain ways it's kind of okay for you to do this, because maybe he's put you in a place where you don't feel like you have options. Maybe his control over you is so great that you've felt like you were under his claw and there were no other things that you can do. But one of the things you can do is you can start to associate with other people in the same situation by going to a codependency group, or where enablers are being helped, an Al-Anon meeting. And you come in contact with other people that have felt that same kind of hopelessness. And as you listen to their stories and you hear what they have done, you start to see, well, wait, I need to find some options, some alternatives. I know a woman who was married to a sex addict who had multiple affairs. And she didn't leave. You know what she did? She went to graduate school, and she got a degree in counseling, because she knew she was going to leave, and she was going to have to support her children and have to support them through college. And sure enough, when she got her degree, then she finally divorced her adulterous husband, and then the kids moved in with her, and she was able to support them. She didn't just get a degree, she did her hours, she was licensed, and she's a great counselor because of all the pain that she went through and then the education that she got on top of that. But see, she developed a plan. And a lot of people are still 5 years later thinking the same thing they thought 5 years ago. I don't have any options. Well, you need to develop your options. You need to find the resources And it may be painful and it may be difficult. And for some people, it means moving into a shelter or moving back home, or it may mean moving in with a friend. Some really tough stuff. But do anything but enable evil in your home. Do anything but let your children see you allow yourself to be mistreated. So that's why when we stop allowing compulsive behavior and addictions in our home, we are honoring God. We're honoring our marriage. And you know what? We're also encouraging that other person to do what they've needed to do for a long time. We're no longer helping them stay sick. We're helping them get well. So you're not just helping yourself when you stop this. You're helping the other person. It's not easy. It takes a bold move. And I hope that you'll find that courage to make that move if somebody in the relationship has compulsive behavior that's out of control, addiction that just continues to get worse, or any kind of negative wrong that is going to cause more trouble if you continue in it. Make the bold move.